This is the plaintiff, Kevin Sparazza. He says the defendant, his former fiancée, owes him money he loaned her to pay off her credit cards. The woman turned out to be nothing but a liar, won't pay him back, and he's here suing her for every penny of the $3,411.93 he's owed. This is the defendant, Monique Heinzer. She says she's still raw and very confused from this experience with the plaintiff because he's out of his mind. He still texts her asking to marry her and also sues her in court. Bottom line, she doesn't owe this guy any money, and she's sure the judge is going to agree. She's accused of failing a fiancé.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Kevin Sparazza, you are suing your former girlfriend, Monique Heinzer, for $3,411.93 that you say you loaned to her to pay off some credit cards, and she has refused to repay, correct? What's going on?
I met Monique December 7th of 2013. We dated for 6 months, and she moved in with me to my residence for the next 6 months. She lived there for free because she was in trouble with her credit cards, which was fine with me.
What was the problem?
She was overextended with her credit cards.
But what was the problem? Like, why was she overextended? Was she a shopper, or she had legitimate
This happened
bills?
before I even met her.
Right.
She was already in the hole.
During the time you lived with her, did you notice that she went shopping too much? Or
No, not at all. Not at all. Actually, she was very good. She was paying down her credit card. That was the deal, when she
How'd you get him so big?
I divorced, my first divorce, and I went from a lot of money.
First divorce is always the hardest.
Yeah, I went from a lot of money, and then, had to support myself, and, my daughter was sick, so I had to pay those bills. I paid off a lot of credit card. I paid off a lot since I met Kevin.
But she did.
Okay. So at the time, then you're dating, you're living together. Are you planning a life together?
We were engaged.
We actually got engaged December 7th, 1 year, to the day.
Ring and everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, it was we were talking about her debt, and I said that I would help her out. But it have to be after the first of the year because then we were really going to set up house, meaning split the bills, and I was going to loan her some money for the credit cards.
And was she working?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She had 3 credit cards. 2 of them equaled the amount of $3,411 and change, right? Which I have here. I wrote her a check for that amount, and on the check I wrote loan for debt, right? So this way, she knew it was a loan. My gift to Monique was the interest that she was going to save over the period of the loan.
Right.
She was paying almost 40% on those 2 credit cards that I
Ouch.
paid off. Yeah. So in any event, she still had a 3rd credit card, right? But I paid off. I took the balance of the 2 credit cards.
How was she going to pay you back?
$200 a month. That was the amount that she was paying on the 2 credit cards previously.
But of course, she'd be done paying much sooner with you because you had 0 interest and they had 40% interest. So you're playing catch up all the time.
That was my gift
Right.
to
So
her.
she was going to be paying you $200 a month. What happened in January? Did she pay you?
No, the deal was we got our taxes done together, right? And she was supposed to give me her tax return back.
To bring down the $3,000.
Right. So she wasn't too happy about that, of giving that check to me. But she did. She wrote me a personal check, and I know that she was mad at me. So what I did...
Wait, when had you told her that was going to be the plan?
About 4 days after I realized that, on the 25th, I wrote her the check.
25th of what?
The 25th of February.
Okay.
I wrote her the check. I found out on the 26th that she was going to be getting $900 back.
So after making her the loan, you said to her, by the way, I'm taking that $900.
I didn't say taking. I asked for it, right? Now, the thing
And then
is...
she said, okay, but I'm not happy about this.
Yeah, but it wasn't like the next day because I was still kicking it around.
So she writes you a check and you say...
Right. And I said, she was mad at me. So I said, don't pay me now. Pay me when the check comes in, which could have been 2 or 3 weeks, depending. So 2 or 3 weeks go by. I asked her for the check, right? And I said, did you get it? She says, it's gone. And I said, what do you mean it's gone? She said, I already spent it. Now, I don't know where that money went.
What did she spend it on?
I have no idea.
What did you spend it on?
My other credit card.
Oh, you sent it to the other credit card?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's my point, and that's when I lost it.
Why did you lose it?
I lost it because I couldn't trust her, because she was supposed to come to me when she got that credit card, that check.
That-
Usually, everybody gets their.
You guys broke up over this?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, we did. And you know something? It was all about trust. It was never about the money. It was never about the money.
And what say you to that last statement he just made, that it was never about the money? Do you think it was about the money?
Yes,
Really?
absolutely.
Hadn't he just a few days earlier written a check for $3,000 to pay down your credit cards? You don't
Yes.
think that maybe it was about trust?
No. But that's not how it happened.
Okay.
The thing is,
But did you pay the $200 a month, which is okay? So I understand
no,
if you were to say,
he wouldn't take the 900.
what have you paid? He wouldn't take the $900 check you wrote because you hadn't yet received the $900 from the
No,
federal
yes, I
government.
did. And when he asked me for it, I said, honey, I already paid my Capital One. I have all my statements from my bank. I said, I already paid Capital One, which he got very angry. This was 3 days past when he gave me the check. He said, I want your income tax. I said, I thought I was supposed to pay off all my credit cards first, then pay you back. And no, he wanted the money right away, and I couldn't understand. I said, why?
But you know that you had that. Okay, you were right that he threw that in
Yeah.
after loaning you the money.
And I already,
But what I don't get is how are you right then after you tell him, okay, I'll give you my income tax check. How are you right in spending it without talking to him? I'm just curious.
What do you mean?
I don't know how I can make myself any clearer. You had already said to him, okay, granted, he loans you money. After loaning you money, he changes the terms.
Right.
Says your income tax check needs to come to me.
Right.
You say, okay, get the income tax check,
No,
cash it,
I
or
didn't
write
say-
checks against it, deposit it, and send it somewhere else after you've already talked to him and agreed with him that it'll go to him, right?
Nope.
How is that not the facts?
No. And then I
Did
wrote
you, when he said to you, I want the income tax check, did you say, no way, that's going to pay off my other credit card?
No, I said I already paid my other credit card with it.
Okay, so then you said, no, you're not getting the income tax check.
Yes.
That's what you said?
Yeah. I did. And that's
Really?
yes. And that's what he was angry about.
Really?
But I
When
hadn't
in that
paid,
continuum did you write him a check for $900?
2 days later when he was really angry and I realized, you know what, I'm just going to give him the $900. So I gave him the $900 check. And he said, did you pay TD Bank? I said, no. I said, I can't pay TD Bank because I'm giving you $900. March
do you think
14th.
do you think that you have any fault in the breakup at all? Like that let me rephrase that. Do you think, because it is rather extreme, I can see somebody getting mad at you. I can't see somebody breaking off an engagement unless they find this to be a profound, really profound thing based on prior conduct too.
Right.
So do you think he has any point whatsoever?
Yeah.
Why? What does he write about? That you should have what?
Apologized maybe.
So
Which I did because we should have communicated first. We should have, but I was so excited about paying my debt off. I was so excited about we were planning our honeymoon. I wanted to put more money in our account. I
saw some Facebook posts where you say you proposed to
Thank
get married
you.
in Costa Rica after you two break up. What was that about?
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Okay, anybody here engaged? Oh, interesting. So let's say that he asks you to borrow some money.
Yeah.
Would you get it in writing?
Yes.
Ah,
Probably, yeah.
would you? If she asks you for money?
No, of course not. Probably not.
How long have you been engaged?
Well, I'm in law school, so probably, yeah, I
We've
would.
been engaged
yeah.
for a couple months now.
Okay. Wise move. Would anybody here actually demand it in writing for a fiancé?
No.
No. $5,000 they want.
Yeah, I would.
Okay, going inside the courtroom.
We were actually, I had a place in Costa Rica, and I really liked it. We discussed this
Yeah.
previous to the argument. And after the big, I call it an incident, you know, of me kicking her out and whatever, we tried to make amends.
Incident.
By the way, had you had prior incidents before this? Because that is a rather...
Absolutely not.
So then
It was the
that's
first
kinda-
time in 16 months we had an
Well,
argument.
thank God you didn't get married. Have you ever been married before?
Yes, I have. That's
Okay.
why I learned to protect myself.
Well, no, I don't blame you for protecting yourself, but
Yeah.
the way you protect yourself is you protect yourself.
Yeah.
You don't allow your fate to be in the hands of someone else. But it's just it was such an extreme reaction on your part. You're free to do whatever you want.
No,
If you don't
you know-
want to be with somebody, you can't.
I was totally out of character. I'll be the first one to admit, I admitted it to her. I said I was sorry. It wasn't me.
Did you try to get back with her?
Yes, I did.
So did you actually say, let's get married in Costa Rica?
We were text messaging back and forth.
And your response was what?
Are you crazy? I
I'm
have
not-
it. I'll
no,
show you.
I'm not. I said, I am not ready for that yet. He wanted to start seeing each other. First, he wanted me to move back in. I said, I don't know. I said, I need to be settled. I have 2 jobs. One job, I need a fax machine and an address. So I said, I need time. Then we're going back to court. I said, I can't. I have 2 jobs. I live, you know, I can't.
You're supposed to pay the money back, though, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
And
how
have
much
all-
of that money that was loaned in February of what year? Was that this year?
Just past
This year,
February,
past
yeah.
February. All right. So how much of that have you paid back?
I haven't paid anything back.
Okay.
I tried to pay him back. He wouldn't take the money. I have a check for $100 right here. He wouldn't take it on April 2nd.
But what were the terms? The terms weren't $100. The terms were
There was
$200
never,
a month.
there wasn't any terms until all 3 of my credit cards are paid off. Then I was going to pay him $200 a month.
Okay, here's what I'm going to order. Here's the thing about your case that disturbs me. All the other questions I was asking are just kind of nosy. I'm wondering how 2 people who want to grow old together in rocking chairs on their porch could let something like this get this out of hand.
Yeah.
It's out of hand, and I get you. I mean, I don't want to live with somebody I feel like I can't trust, and it's up to me to decide what I can trust and what I can't. But apparently, even you think it was out of hand because then you wanted her back and you couldn't get her. So there was a cost to overreacting. So
Right.
she owes you the money.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's like you want it to be this arm's length transaction that's enforceable in court at the same time that you want to be the spouse who unilaterally decides that we're going to spend money a different way. When you write her the check, it's clearly a loan. And it's a loan, no question. And I don't know how specific or non-specific the payment plan was. I know there's supposed to be a payment plan. I know it can't be what you're saying, which is, well, whenever I get around to paying off my other credit card that I keep using, then I start to pay him. That can't be a payment plan. But I do know this from your own testimony, is that you changed the deal after making her the loan, which is perfectly normal for a boyfriend to discuss with his girlfriend or his fiance. Okay, it's fine that bubbled up, but apparently that wasn't fine for her. So she doesn't do what you asked. You're saying she breached. That's the only way you can come to court and say, I demand the $3,000 now, is she breached. But she didn't breach because you added some term after the contract was made. So that's not a breach, but that doesn't mean you don't pay this off.
No.
You got to pay this off.
I know.
So I'm ordering you to pay $200 a month until this amount is paid off. He's right. He gets a judgment for the amount, but the terms of it, since I find that you did not breach, are going to be what I find the terms to be, and that's $200 a month, and you got a little catch up to do. All right? That's my judgment.
What about my ring?
What about your ring?
What about my engagement ring?
What about your engagement ring?
Well, he took it.
Well, first of all, you don't have a counterclaim. Second of all, it's a ring that he gave you in contemplation of marriage. What state are you guys from?
New York.
Okay, there's no fault here. So in other words, if I give you a gift in contemplation of something and the something doesn't happen, I get to take it back.
Okay.
Is that what you're mad about, the ring?
No, I'm not mad about the ring, no.
Okay.
No, I'm just upset about the whole situation, and that's all.
Okay. All right, good luck, folks.
Thank you.
Oh, so come on out here and tell me what you think here.
You know,
Get your money.
it's just, I get my money, but it was a sad situation, and
How did you guys let it get this far when you were this close to marrying?
it was all about trust. You know, it's like, I can't really, I'm glad that I'm not getting married because once the trust is broken, I love 98% of this woman, right? The other 2% killed it.
That's it.
Yes, it is.
Well, 98% wasn't enough.
guess
So
not.
step forward a little bit. Your feeling on this?
I'm glad it's over.
You
That's
could have
all.
been married to him.
Yeah, thank God I'm not. So thanks.
All right, Harvey.
Okay, Kurt, the defendant mentioned the ring. Most states now allow the guy to get the ring back if they don't get married. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.